And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Saturday. Miko is here. Miko says, hello, Superantonio and Sadie. Hello, mods. Howdy, folks. Greetings, Miko. Sadie's here. He's here. She is currently wrapped up in a towel because Saturday night is her shower night. Odog has the members exclusive Arthur emoticon. Greetings, Odog. I got your email. I sent you a link for Stellar Blade. I didn't know if you were looking for a specific Amazon link, Odog. But I'm glad you're here, friend. Miko says, hey, Odog, and Odog says, greetings, Miko. Ben says, sup. Greetings, Ben's Trends. And Odog says, what it is. Ben's with a fist bump, and Ben's has a fist bump back with nothing much, Odog. We are focusing on the Silver Dapple Pinto Missouri Foxtrotter, also known as Biscuit. How are you? Also, a little bit of channel news. This is officially day 100 of the 100-day march. Where we had, for the past 100 days, we have uploaded at least one video a day. I gotta admit, I kind of lost steam towards the end, and the only video we uploaded on day 100 is this video, this live stream. But welcome, friends. I'm glad you're here. Odog says, just any Amazon link from yours so I get credit. Okay, all the Amazon affiliate links are in the video descriptions of pretty much every video I make, including this one. But I sent you a link for Stellar Blade. And let's go to live chat. Here, hold on. And I also have a link for a PayPal tip. If you want to send me a tip and you have a PayPal, I have a link for that. We do it through Streamlabs. The great thing about Streamlabs is it's a better rate than YouTube. Let me check something here. And currently, the chat is open. What's that about? So basically, anyone can comment. We'll see how long that lasts. How is everyone tonight? How's your Saturday so far? Odog says, my brother wants to order a PS5 stand for his Slim. I told him we'd use your link to go to Amazon. Thank you, Odog. Appreciate it. What happened? What happened to our video? There you go. What happened to Biscuit? Well done, Odog. I appreciate it. Hey, viewers in the chat. Appreciate you being here. There we go. Odog said, so I needed a link. I sent you a link, but there are a bunch of links to all the products that me and Sadie use in the channel description of this video. But thank you, Odog. Odog, what's for dinner? We had pizza salad. Odog says, busy day, gave a bath lady a massage. Okay, Odog. Well done, friend. You are a gentleman and a man of the world. Ben says, I recently did the 3-line scalp fade glitch as John. Terrible hairline. Yeah, I don't like those modern haircuts for Arthur or even a shaved head. Ben says, Odog sounds like an absolute player. Well, you know, that's Odog for you. And here's Ariel. Ariel versus Biscuit. Odog says, 8 house chow mein, lots of cabbage in it, not what I expected, but I loved it. Oh, good, Odog. And it's relatively healthy for you. And yeah, that cabbage adds a nice crunch, I think. I was going to ask you if you like chow mein. You could get like chicken or shrimp. I like shrimp chow mein. It depends on the restaurant and how fresh the shrimp is for me personally, but chicken chow mein you can never go wrong. Chicken chow mein over rice. That's been one of my favorite meals since childhood. Next, you need to try lo mein, which is a different kind of noodle and a heavier sauce. You might like it more. Personally, I prefer chow mein, but you should try lo mein next. Ben says, I'm either a parted level 4 guy, so it's a tad bit shaggy, or long greasy hair with John. I like greasy hair just because everyone had greasy hair in 1899. Odok said, house had shrimp, beef, a little pork, and chicken. Oh yeah, pork. Pork chow mein is delicious. But I really think the main protein that in Chinese food that the Chinese love is pork, as opposed to beef or chicken. They love their pork. And duck. Odak says, cabbage and mushroom and some kind of sauce, no pasta. They gave it to me with a small bowl of rice. Oh, that's odd. It usually comes with noodles. Maybe you need to order noodles on the side. But I'm glad you liked it. Next time, see if you can get it with noodles on the side and rice. Ben says, and mostly it's a part of John's character. All through 1899 to 1911, his hair was thin, long, and greasy. Sometimes I use pomade to get the look. That's how you get the look in game. Remember how Bill asks Arthur for some pomade so he can impress Kieran? And here is the original Moonstone Pond glitch that did so well for the channel. This is literally the first time we got Biscuit. And it was a wonderful feeling. It was a wonderful feeling because it was the most beautiful horse I'd ever seen. And it was a wonderful feeling because I knew I was recording it and it would be great for the channel. So on 2 levels. Arthur still has his default hat. We haven't even gone for the Civil War hat yet. I don't know if I'd even figured out Arthur's look at this point. But this horse made the channel. This horse and Cerberus, but Cerberus came later. And the bolt action. Good old Bolty. Odog says, wish they hadn't fixed that. Yeah, same here, Odog. And it's also not available in version 1. It's somewhere between version 1 and now. It's like version 1.05 perhaps. But we can't like go back to a specific updates. It's version 1 or nothing. Ben says, I think Bill uses pomade for more private matters. I would agree with you, Benz. Odog says, I think the Perlina was the prettiest I've ever seen. On game, this horse is... and don't forget the Hungarian half-bred. Yes, indeed. And I always liked giving Biscuit's mom a ride back on her own horse.
Think you can help a lady out? My horse up and died on me, twisted my ankle something fierce. Think you could give me a ride?
Yeah, sure. Hop on.
Oh, thank you.
I would happily trade that Palomino.
Emerald Ranch.
Just give her that horse.
Mind taking me there?
Sure.
And Ben's continues, if you use the swept back hairstyle for John, then use pomade, his hair turns brown instead of black. Not a fan of swept back, but it works for an accurate Red Dead 1 John look.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, you got it figured out, Benz.
Right by me.
10 viewers in the chat, welcome.
My husband, sure
Happy
knows
Saturday.
that fool.
May the 4th be with you.
But does he do something?
I know how ODog celebrated the 4th. ODog, did you like the thumbnail? I did that for you.
Marriage for me has been nothing but trouble. But Biscuit, he was a fine animal. Loyal, smart, brave. Didn't take no guff, not from no one. Had
And
one
it's
of them
interesting,
nice boys
Biscuit's
pull
mom
me
and
over.
Hosea all talk about
Right near the Dakota and it stopped by
the Emerald Ranch mystery, which ultimately goes nowhere
Must have
because the
dozed
devs didn't pursue
off
that
and find
that
some
line of
police that
content.
were pointing a
But they
rusty
set it up.
shotgun straight at Esther. Please take this as my way of thanking you.
And it remains in the game to this day.
Appreciate it.
ODog says thumbnail is fantastic. LOL. Yeah, Carrie was sitting perfectly for thumbnails. I was thinking of an Amaranth Princess Leia. I thought that would be ironic, but I didn't. I just went with the tried and true classic. Ben says thumbnail is amazing. You're amazing, Benz. And may the 4th be with you. Miko says, Buell too, newly brushed and coat just gleaming in the sun. Yes, I agree, Miko. That is a very pretty coat. And now we are field testing the Silver Dapple Pinto Missouri Foxtrotter, but I really don't like taking her into harm's way. And ODog agrees, Miko, and says, right, Miko. Let's go to live chat. Did you see the lightning? Ben says, Amaranth would make me not contain myself. Interestingly, Amaranth did have Princess Leia photos, but they weren't like, I don't know, it's like they weren't authentic enough, you know? And it was obviously Amaranth, and you know, it's like it was Amaranth first, then Princess Leia. If that makes any sense. And I just wanted it more like she didn't do any of the classical like Carrie Fisher poses. She was just like standing there with her iPhone. So it wouldn't have worked, but I thought it would have been ironic. Serena's here. Everybody say hi to Serena. Serena says, hi, Antonio. I'm here. ODog says, Super Antonio, check out Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire on Disney+. Okay, ODog. Serena says, hi, everyone. Miko says, hello, Serena. And Serena says, hi, Miko. ODog says, Jedi expands on Clone Wars. Key characters, Count Dooku and Ahsoka. And Serena says, hi, ODog, and hi, Benz. Benz has the Star Hearts emoticon. I always liked Count Dooku's sword fighting style, or in the Clone Wars, not necessarily in the movies, but in the Clone Wars, he had a very elegant, very formal fencing style. Completely different than, you know, like the samurai baseball bat styles of, you know, Anakin, and to a smaller extent, Ahsoka. And David's here. David says, there she is. Greetings, David. Happy Saturday. I'm glad you're here, friend. What's for dinner? Serena says, hi, David. And Ben says, I was playing some Undead Nightmare today and clearing out some graveyards. Get back in that hole, partner. And David also has the Star Hearts emoticon, and also the Moondog emoticon for you, O-Dog. Cloudy is here. Greetings, Cloudy. Cloudy says, hello, your guide for finding the Overo American paint helped me to finally find her. Thank you. You're very welcome, friend. Appreciate you telling me that. I always like knowing that my videos are helpful. Even after so many years. We're just kind of hanging out, playing with Biscuit. David has Miko and a snake emoticon. And David says, Mr. Super Antonio. Greetings, Mr. David. O-Dog says, he had an elegant style in both. That was his, by the way. He brought that into the universe. The sad part is his feet were old by then, and he had to let his double do some of it. Yeah, but you know. He's Saruman. Christopher Lee. Sir Christopher Lee. He had a great life. The man with the golden gun. Also Dracula. David said, buffet at the Goofy Kitchen at Disneyland. Are you still at Disneyland, David? Did you just go for the day? And Serena says, Antonio and friends, I have a video already to upload on Red Dead Online. Well done, Serena. We'll look forward to seeing the lady in red. Ben says, I only ride one horse in the epilogue. The good old seal brown Dutch warm blood with blonde mane. And Serena says, hi to Cloudy. And David says, Ben's. And O-Dog said, yes, he did. He was a legend. Talking about Christopher Lee. Cloudy says, hi, Star Hearts. And Serena says, nice, David. What are your updates from Disneyland, David? How was the 4th?
Boys yapping about it while I was inside.
You and me? Do robbery?
That's what I said, didn't I?
After you.
I really like Micah's coat. That double-breasted leather. I'd wear that in real life. David says, home now. We were there at 7 a.m. and too peoply for me to be there too long. Yeah, crowds. Especially on May the 4th, I would assume. Ben says, I just uploaded a video about the John antagonized line, you run like a heifer, moo. And David says, cosplayers everywhere. Yeah, that's their day. Cloudy says, I'm on my 3rd playthrough, so I wanted to use that American paint. It took so many reloading of the save file. LOL. Yeah. That's the easiest way to manipulate this game for random horses, is to save and reload or quit. Exit and reload, quit and reload, save and reload. David says, rode all these Star Wars rides. Did you have any of that blue milk or what's that place called? The Galaxy's Edge? Did you have any Star Wars type meals? And Serena says, nice, Ben. I will check it out soon. And Ben says, Micah's jacket looks the best, all buttoned up in chapter 2. After that, he is just dumb Micah with belly. Yeah, unbuttoned. And Serena says, that's awesome, David. Hope you had fun. David agrees. It was fun, Star Hearts. Serena says, think there's a Micah jacket online. And O-Dog says you are a lucky dog, Davey.
Are we gonna rob this coach or bicker about it? What's done is done.
Guess we're robbing it.
Then let's do it.
Serena says, that's good, David. Say hi to your wife. And David says, I know it, Moondog. And here is Biscuit versus Baylock.
All right, this is the spot. Hold up on this ridge. should be here in a little bit. Hold tight.
Which way will they be coming in?
Should be from over there. We need to hit them fast before they get into town.
Just don't lose your head.
So many beautiful views in this game.
They should be here.
Sadie's here, everyone. We are joined once more by our channel co-host, Sadie the Channel Dog, who is very clean and tired from her adventures in the shower. Hey, can you get up? Can you please sit up? Up. No? No? Okay. Wait. Here, say hi to everyone. She's not getting up. She's very relaxed. Odog says all the bad characters get the best stuff. Dutch and Micah and Trelawney get the best clothes and horses. Ben says one of my favorite Micah moments is the skinny housebreak in Strawberry, especially that line he enters, "Did you miss me, Maddie?" Then you see the blaze of gunfire through that window. And Odog says Arthur can't get a woman or his original horse. Like, WTF, Rockstar. Get a grip. And Odog has the dog emoticon.
No need to keep your face covered now. It's just you and me, sweetheart.
Okay, free Lancaster.
How long does it take? Next time I'll leave you in the dust.
Ben says Arthur can't score a harlot to save his life. Not even the retired $2 one at camp. Sigh.
You don't mean yeah. Hey, look.
Well, you can in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt,
Here. Fine new rifle too.
which we have done for science. And the incidents really reminded me of Grand Theft Auto.
What did I tell you?
Going to the club.
Butter off enough.
Same type.
Something like that. You don't want to just break it open here, be done with it?
Could be more than we can carry.
But I'll put them up. You have to edit them heavily. But at some point, we'll do on one of these Witcher Wednesdays. Ben says that's why The Witcher 3 is the best game. Well, this game is more beautiful. It's got better horse mechanics, and it's based in reality. But yeah, I like The Witcher 3 as much as I like this game, I think. Well, this game slightly edges it out, of course, but that's because we love Arthur.
You'd be wearing a California collar now if I had broke.
Odog says he can't, but Rockstar restricted us.
Have I not? It's done. Main thing now is getting this haul back in one piece.
Odog says John goes to bed with one, but still no action, but more than Arthur. I have jasmine tea tonight in honor of my mother. It's very aromatic, jasmine tea.
What the hell? Come on, Arthur, get out of there! You dumb bastards! I think so.
Serena, what did you have for your afternoon tea? Ben says, I used to play GTA 5 at 10. I was on that super ultra high alert when I would go to the club. Was always upstairs, so I would listen for stair creaks. I miss those times. Well, Benz, I'm glad you're not 10 now. And you were a little too young for that game. But you seem to have survived. Odog says Arthur could bag a number of women, the widow, his ex, Abigail, What's her name in the saloon? The toughest what's her name? Anastasia's friend. The toughest teak mountain man lady. Mary Beth and even Karen. The Black Widow likes him too. Yeah, I know. That's, I love how flirty the Black Widow is towards Arthur. Serena said, we had roast chicken, potatoes, and gravy. That sounds delicious, Serena. I wish I could have been there. I love the whole, all that.
Every job I do with you ends in a pile of dead
And Odog says, yep, Ben's. And Odog says, it was Anastasia.
You have a problem killing O'Driscolls.
You've got a point.
That should do it.
Come on, let's
Also, what's the name of that lady that the brothers are fighting over?
Dead O'Driscolls and a lockbox. I'd say we're golden here, Morgan.
I don't think it's Serena. Can't remember.
What's the cut here?
And I'm not going to bother to look it up.
make sure the gang gets its piece.
Yeah. Like I said, big shadow, tiny tree.
And like I said, that still don't mean nothing. Get out of here. Go see Dutch. Make sure you ain't followed.
I know, boss. I know. It's been fun.
It's interesting at this moment, Dutch and Arthur and Micah are treating each other like equals, like they respect each other. But this is the last time. Odog says, it was Anastasia. And Serena says, Anastasia told the Pinkertons where John is, didn't she? The Pinkertons talked to her. We don't know what Anastasia said. I don't think she could remember an incident from 7 years ago. She does drink a lot. And Ben says, I am a Karen enjoyer. Well, Karen is a very friendly lady. Odog says, I forgot her name. I got the book right here, and I don't want to look, LOL. Yeah, I can't be bothered right now. No, yes, I can. Let's look her up, because it's bugging me. Oh, brother. Helen is her name. Like Helen of Troy. And Serena says, oh, okay, thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Serena. I'm glad you're here. Sadie misses you when you're not here. Miko says, yeah, Arthur can get some, but the game just won't let us. And Ben says, Sean is the greatest of all time for one reason. The only true Red Dead players know. Yuck, yuck. You know, I don't know what that acronym is. Yuck, yuck. Odog says, yeah, they go over a waterfall or something and dump her, LOL. Yeah, and at that moment, Odog, Arthur could swoop in. And Serena says, I miss Sadie too. Yeah, running away with Mrs. Adler, but I know you're talking about this Sadie down here who won't even sit up. She's like so relaxed. Well, you know, it's my fault. I took her on an extra long walk before the stream and before her shower. And so that took about all her, that took about the rest of her energy. If you know, you know, Ben says. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. David says, okay, guys and gals, I'm going to get some rest. It was a long day, 16,000 steps. Wow, David. Appreciate you being here, friend. May the 4th be with you. I'm glad you had fun. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you soon. And much love to you and your wife. David has the Moondog emoticon. Odog says, Davey, you're in the doghouse for not coming to get any of us. And a snake emoticon for Miko from David. And Serena says, okay, David, it was good to see you. Good night. And David says good night to Benz. Appreciate you, friend. Thanks for being here. Ben says, Sean was in that tent for 1 minute. Terrible with the ladies. David says, Mr. Super Antonio. And Ben says, see ya, David. David says, thank you, Mr. Super Antonio. Thank you, David. I couldn't do this without you. And hope to see you tomorrow night for the campfire chat. Look at that beautiful horse. Serena says, bye to you, David, and to your wife. Nine viewers, happy Saturday. What's going on with my hair? Odog says 1 minute or 30. Who cares? He got some. Scoring is scoring. Yes, Odog, he's on the board. Even the mildest kiss, to quote Frank Sinatra, is a dandy. And Odog, shout out to Odog, a member for 5 months at the Blackwater level. Greetings, friend. Couldn't do it without you. Team Blackwater. And Ben says, I wonder why the Legend of the East didn't come with a bandolier. I like the set, but I don't really wear it due to that. I like my bandoliers. Bandoliers are a very traditional look for outlaw. I especially like the crossed bandoliers that like Flacco and some of the De Lobos wear. Wish that was a look, but I don't really like them for my Arthur. Serena says, it's happy Sunday here. You're a happy Sunday, Serena. Odog says, yet they let Arthur get assaulted and kissed by a guy. Yeah, that's the world we live in, Odog. What's that about? But, you know, that was like, I mean, it's common now. It wasn't so common back then. It was more just like kind of funny and rock star humor back then. But now, it's reality. Ben says, to be honest, if I'm Sean, it's 10 seconds, take it or leave it. And Odog says, better not ever let me talk to a rockstar employee. And Serena says, oh, Odog, where did this happen? Was it that in the swamp with Sonny? Yes, Serena, that is what happened. It can be interpreted that way. And Odog says, yeah, Serena, and no telling what happened on the pig farm. Yeah, that was bad too. Something bad happened there.
Mr. Mason, I'm borrowing your horse.
But it's a great way to leave John all the cash. Serena says, I remember that I did it both Arthur and John. I always go back and I hogtie Sonny and feed him to the alligators. Yeah. That's one way of dealing with them. Serena says, yes, I remember the pig farm. The Aberdeen pig farm. What's that about?
Keep moving. Let's make you all famous.
Tammy and Bray are their names. That look that Arthur gives them when he figures it out, when he figures out the situation. It's priceless. Also, pretty sure he's eating human meat from that stew. The way Bram talks about how tender it is. Serena, did you get David's package yet? When you get Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we all expect you to drop everything you're doing and do a playthrough and put it online. Serena says, I do missions online with Tammy and Bray. And Odog says, yeah, it's tender. It is the most tender. Okay, let's go grab that horse. I'm glad this works, but you may have to reload several times before you get... And it helps to have a faster horse than this one. If I were doing this again, I'd use an Arabian or a Mustang. Fast, agile horse to get through these trees. But they consistently run this way. So if you can, like, get, you know, in visual range, you'll be fine. Serena says, no, I haven't got the package yet from David. Will it work in my PS4? I'm in Australia. Yeah, I don't know if it's region protected, Serena, regrettably. But I guess we'll find out. Ben says, I saw a mod clip that replaced the Aberdeens in that cutscene with John and Abigail. It was hilarious seeing Arthur looking at John and Abigail that way. Yeah, those mods. Odog says, they're not much faster than that thoroughbred. Yeah, but every second counts when you're going for this horse. And I would want something more agile than this thoroughbred. So that's Mustang, or see how he just kind of bumps into those trees? So that's either Mustang or Arabian. It's all about the acceleration, Odog. Arabian is just quicker, yeah. Serena says, yes, definitely play it when I get it, if it works. Yes, and record it and put it online. I will watch and like and comment. Just remember to play as a girl. You get the option, boy or girl. And Ben says, Arabians are dirt lickers, and Ben says, work and war horses are the real MVPs. Serena says, I love my Arabians, very fast, get scared around predators, and Odog agrees with you, Benz. You can't lasso. Don't even try. More fist bumps from Odog and Benz. Odog says, I simply ride better. And Serena says, I hope I won't get scared playing the game. No, you will not, Serena. You will enjoy the game. Once you get into it. You can customize characters. If you run into any trouble, just ask me or David. And we'll walk you through it. But it's relatively easy. Plus you can climb pretty much anything you want. Ben says, if I need a work, it's the chocolate warm blood or the seal brown. And if you need war, it's definitely the Ardennes. And the map. This is where we finally found her, or got her. Serena says, I will, Antonio. Thank you. Okay, let's get her to the stable. The one thing that I did not mention in the video, but it's mentioned in the comments over and over again, is you do not dismount. Take her directly to the stable. Odog says, and delusion, since it's rare and free. Well, I'm really liking that Black American Standard bred for an all-around horse, comparable to the Hungarians, I think. slightly braver, I would say. That piebald sometimes will panic under gunfire, I've noticed. Orag agrees and adds that Cerberus is actually a pretty good ride. Yes, we will get the Black American Standardbred again and use him to get Cerberus in Chapter 3 on the Bad Honor playthrough, which is we're going to be doing on Friday. Ben says Standardbreds are some of the unsung heroes of Red Dead 2. Serena says, I remember finding black Standardbred in Annesburg. Interesting. On an NPC, Serena? Because that would be of note. I've only found them by Little Creek River. Odox says, only the black one. Just look at that beautiful horse.
If you ain't got the papers, I can't give you the full price.
This is an optimal stable. This is one of my favorite stables. We have the piebald, we have the brindle, and we have biscuit. Odox says, the Palomino, is more skittish than an Arabian. And Ben says, I like the blood bay thoroughbred, but no, it's mostly dapper since I upgraded to the ultimate. And Serena says, was in the forest. I was helping someone. I swear it. I believe you, Serena. Have a peppermint. And Serena says, I saw it, I meant. Should have grabbed it. It would have made a great video. I don't know if I've ever seen an NPC on a Black American Standardbred. Arthur and Biscuit will take a moment to pose for the thumbnail on the Instagram. Ben says the oat cakes. I don't even give oat cakes until, you know, that's more of a chapter 1, chapter 2 horse food. After that, it's all about the apples and sugar cubes and peppermints. Pretty much just apples. Odog says, Thoroughbred is a better sidekick than an Arabian, but not by much, only because of their size. Serena says, I did upload it ages ago, Antonio. Can't remember which video. Other horses, too. Yeah, that's a problem, Serena, when you have over 2,000 videos on your channel. Serena has more videos than I do. What's that about? Also, it's not a competition. I'm very proud of Serena and all the hard work she does on her channel and also on my channel. Orag says, I give a lot of wild carrots and corn. Yeah, wild carrots, you know, before Arthur gets his Legend of the East Satchel and I just stock up on apples, you know, we get a bunch of wild carrots. You can get like 3 or 6 of those. I can't remember, maybe 5. So it just helps. Serena says, LOL Antonio, and got more subs too. Oh, well done, Serena. Let's see how Serena's doing. Go to channel. And drumroll please, she has 464 subs and 2.3K videos. Miko says, I also sometimes use the Palomino standard bread from that guy who gets killed while he's looking at the horse's foot. Assuming he doesn't die, of course. Yeah, that guy. His horses respawn. He will get like medium horses, Nakotas. He's never gotten a Mustang, but he'll go through like he'll rotate through horses if you leave him alone. Ben says this might not count, but my favorite Red Dead horse of all time is the Red Dead 1 War Horse. Kind of looks like a Rocky Mountain horse. Those wolves used to vex me in early playthroughs. Oh, and this was a second location where Biscuit would spawn, just before back at station. And the map. This doesn't work. This was also patched, but it was another location where you could use the Moonstone Pond glitch. Ben says, I unlocked the community tab at 9 subscribers. A glitch? Presumably, but I use it to my advantage. Well done, Benz. Serena says, I get confused with Red Dead 1 to get the horses from. You just buy them, Serena. You buy them from the general store. And Serena says, nice, Benz. And the map. Serena says, okay, Antonio, thank you. And Ben says, horse deeds come in so clutch. And Red Dead 1. Okay, let's go find Biscuit's mom and give her a ride home. Also note Biscuit's mom is in the completely wrong direction. That's nowhere near home. Serena says, okay, Ben, thank you. And Ben says, I tried to use the gold pearl saddler in Red Dead 1, but that war horse is a beauty. Of course we can give you a ride. On your very own horse. The fact that Rockstar patched this means that someone at Rockstar saw one of my videos. Probably just an intern that created a report, but still, it's nice to know that on some level, Rockstar was paying attention to my channel at one point. Ben says, I like to see it as for John's horses, Old Boy 1899 to Rachel 1907 to 1911, Warhorse 1911. And Serena says, love this game. It's amazing where the strangers show up where you go to help them, LOL. And Odog says, they're haters at Rockstar. Well, it's a whole different generation, Odog. Everyone who worked on this game has pretty much been laid off or retired or phased out from. COVID changed everything.
I tell the husband, what does he do? Should have never gone over there, honey. He says, gee, thanks.
And not for the better.
For the time being. I was looking for work. They was looking for some help with the gardens. If I waited any longer for my husband to put food on the table, I'd have died of starvation. move
Also,
on
of
soon.
all the strangers
Ranch,
that
well,
Arthur helps,
strange
Biscuit's
place.
mom
How so?
has one of the best
Owner's a
attitudes.
mean
She's
bastard.
very cheerful.
Strange, too. Delights in bullying folk.
She's very happy.
Daughter, but
She's
she
got a
never
great
keeps the
attitude.
house.
Ben says Old Boy is such a cool horse. Definitely,
When I
in my
first
opinion,
met
the
her,
best
he told me
Hungarian
to leave
coat.
it alone.
Dark
Found an old
um,
saloon there, all
Lieber
shut down.
brown with a
Go
brown,
in and have a
blonde,
look.
whitish mane.
Bullet holes,
Ben's
old blood
um,
stains. Something definitely happened there, but
Bill
I
really needs to give Old Boy a
just an
brush every now and
uncomfortable
then.
feeling to the place. Either way,
Arthur says he loves that horse.
especially now I lost that poor
He could
horse.
really give him a
I'll take my
brush.
belongings and be on my way.
Back home?
I guess. I bet my husband's right where I left him, bottle in hand.
Let me check something
We're
here.
getting close now.
We've got about 7 more minutes. I'm glad the stream didn't crash tonight. What's that about?
This is great.
Odak says yep, and Serena says I worry sometimes about the
This
strangers.
is my way of thanking
Needs help. There's wolves, bears, cougars, and Murphys and Skinners and other gangs. Yes, you should worry,
Appreciate it.
Serena.
What a lousy day.
Nice talking with
She walks funny. Oh yeah, her ankle is busted.
All the best.
Odak, what's for? Oh, you had. Odak, did you have chicken chow mein tonight for dinner? And Serena, have you ever had chicken chow mein? Do you like Australian food? I mean, do you like Chinese food in Australia? Odak says, I also love Kieran's Red Roan and Brown Jack. And the light is on, but nobody's home. Ben says, and John had an interesting horse right before Old Boy. The horse you see dead on the mountain, as John is a silver dark bay thoroughbred with a special engraved JM saddle. And Serena says, been alone in the woods, blind man Cassidy, middle of nowhere. And Odak says, yes, he had it tonight. Yeah, but blind man Cassidy is a sage or a soothsayer, so he's protected by unseen forces, let's say.
It's okay, girl.
And remember, Mike. Remember, Seamus's desk was missing for so long. Did you notice? That would make a fun video. Remember, Seamus's desk was missing. If you know, you know. Or only true Red Dead Redemption 2 players will remember when Seamus's desk was missing. Serena says, I like Chinese food. I'm fussy. I like fried rice, beef, and black bean sauce. Yes, Odog, try the beef and black bean sauce with broccoli next. That is delicioso. Odog says, yes, had it tonight. Oh, I'm proud of you, Odog. Tried something new. Ben says, Javier says that was the horse John rode out of Blackwater. So maybe after it died, he went into Valentine or somewhere and purchased Old Boy. Or stole him. Miko says, me too, I found Blind Man Cassidy in Annesburg while I was going up to Roanoke to get the Perlino. Yeah, I know exactly where you were, Miko. I found him there. Serena says, I like honey chicken, sweet and sour pork. Can't have too much spicy food. Well, you don't have to worry about Chinese food. It's not that spicy. They're not really known for their spicy cuisine. You have to go further south, like Thailand, Vietnam, for spicy Asian food. Hodog says, I remember when they all glitched and were sitting on top of the tables. And Ben says, I sometimes resist the urge to fist fight old Cassidy. Yeah, you can't do that. He's harmless. He sees the future. He could probably dodge your punches. Like Daredevil. And Serena says, yes, Miko, he just shows up anywhere. Blind Man Cassidy.
Okay, girl. Yeah. There we go.
We have so much fun on this horse. Serena says, sometimes Blind Man Cassidy glitches for me. He doesn't speak. I give him a coin, and it was a glitch. Yeah, he has a set amount of lines, and once he has told all his fortunes, he has nothing more to say to you, even if you give him $1. Ben says, Cassidy is definitely not Matt Murdock. David says, he's right outside Tumbleweed too. David, you're supposed to go to bed. You're supposed to rest. Odog says, that horse is elite. 16,000 steps. That is amazing. I don't count my steps. What's that about? But, you know, I do, well, I count my jump ropes. That sort of counts. And Ben says, one time I saw a thing where someone pointed a gun at him and he said, I see a bullet in your future. And David is laughing. I'm glad I made you laugh, David. My work here is done.
Arthur, dumbass. Good to see you back. Sorry.
Serena says, I know, David. I made a video after helping someone on the train. I couldn't find him anywhere. I could hear him, and I finally found him. Ben says, Cassidy is the homie. The soothsayer is on some drugs, though. Oh, the swamp soothsayer? She's also blind. And protected by unseen and unknown forces. Odog says, is ranking horses, the Dapple Missouri Foxtrotter, the Piebald Tobiano Hungarian, the Strawberry Ardennes, number 4 is the Porlino Andalusian, and number 5 is the Black American Standardbred. For your 5 slots in your glitched stable, Odog. And here is Biscuit compared to Bob, Sadie's horse. I like, you know, I love that coat on Bob. I like how she named him Bob. There's a story there. Who knows what it is? But it's, you know, it's such an odd name for a horse. But maybe she named him Bob because he keeps bobbing his head annoyingly. Serena says, and Gavin, not actually Gavin, shows up anywhere. Odog says, not counting the free horses from the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, Gavin was a mystery that went nowhere. And that, my friends, is all I have for you tonight. But as always, I appreciate you being here on day 100 of our 100-day march. Shout out to the mods, Odog, Serena, and David with his 16,000 steps. It's great talking to all of you. We shall return tomorrow for the Sunday campfire chat. Miko, Benz, thanks for being here, friends. I'm glad the stream didn't crash. I wish Sadie was more energetic. She's still here. She hasn't moved. She's half on her chair and half on my leg. Miko says, thanks for the stream and thanks to the mods. Thank you, Miko. And Serena says, awesome stream. It was an awesome stream because you're awesome. Shout out to Australia. Shout out to Odog, Chicken Chow Mein,